Chapter 19, posted the 23rd of April, 2020. Cade returned a few minutes later. He sat on the other side of the window. "Can you hear me through this?" "Not well." Cade held up his phone. Mine rang. "Can you hear me now?" I followed his lead and switched to speakerphone, setting the phone in front of me. "Loud and clear." He put his hand on the glass. "This is the closest we've been to each other since the night I put the teepee on top of your car." I matched my hand to his. Mine was smaller. He had nice long fingers. "It's the oddest thing, isn't it?" "It really is." He picked up the letter. "Are you sure you want me to read it?" "No, I mean yes. I don't know. I've given you a summary of our relationship. And I know I didn't handle things well either." "Did he ever hit you?" "No. I thought he might a couple of times, but he never did. And there weren't any Me Too moments. He always stopped when I said no. I cut my hair for him. I destroyed my yearbooks for him. I dropped half my friends on social media. But I have some lines I wouldn't cross, and those lines I stood up for. I don't think there's anything in the letter you wouldn't already know about." "Do you want me to read it out loud?" "No." I covered my mouth. I didn't mean to yell. "I didn't want to hear his words in your voice. I just need an opinion. It's okay to just give it back." Kay put his hand on the window again. I matched my hand to his. "Sierra, I wish I could hold you right now. I'll read it." I bit my lip and nodded. "Craig has COVID, right?" I gasped. I didn't even think about the letter having a virus on it. "I have a big bottle of hand sanitizer. Do you have one in your car?" I nodded. "Go get yours." By the time I returned to the window, Cade had the letter open. He folded it and put it back in the envelope. "You can read it." Cade opened the door a crack and slid the envelope through. Then he used hand sanitizer to his elbows. I retrieved the letter and turned my back to the window as I read. It was shorter than I expected and dated over a year ago. "Dear Elena, I don't know if I'll ever give this to you. I'm sure if I send it to your parents' house, it will be burned or shredded. I deserve it. I didn't treat you well. I think I knew it then. Sometimes I said jump just to watch you jump. I've been seeing a therapist for a while now. I hope you have too. Not that you have any apologies to make. I just don't want anybody to push you around and play with your emotions like I did. I'm sorry about your bridesmaid. I didn't think she would make out with me, and definitely not so aggressively. I didn't have the words to break off our engagement, and that was my childish way of ending things. Then I didn't want them to end. I was even more stupid. I don't know if you heard, I married one of your friends. She made me agree to couple therapies for a year, and I think I'm ready. I'm sorry for all the pain I caused. I wish you the best in life. Craig. P.S. According to Western Union, there's no expiration date, but there might be a service fee after 3 years. I figure I owe you the cost of the dress and everything else, especially since you gave me back the ring. There were 10 money orders made out for $1,000. Each one dated a year ago. It was way too much money. In the end, my parents and I only spent $2,000 for the canceled wedding. The bridal store owner had taken pity on me. I turned to face Cade. I'm glad I didn't burn it. I should return the money. He gave me way too much. And I'm sure his wife will have medical bills now. I think you need to cash them and have new ones made. I think you're right. Elena, that's a pretty name too. No one's called me that in a very long time. Mom liked how names flowed together. I put everything back in the envelope and set it on the floor of my car. Like Cade, I used an excessive amount of hand sanitizer. I'm used to Sierra now. I don't think I'll go back to Elena. I don't know that I could think of you by another name. I walked back over to the window. Thanks for helping me. I put my hand on the window again. Cade matched his hand to mine. Are you going to be okay? I'm really surprised about the money, but I'm good. If I hadn't already forgiven him, I might be a mess. It struck me the last piece of forgiveness had only happened this month, since Cade's advice. I didn't know how to verbalize it. Thank you. The 2 words were not enough, but they were all I had. Any time. Can I call you later? I'll go see if I can cash these at the Western Union in Walmart and return the money to Craig and his wife. Are you returning it all? I'm debating about keeping 1,000 to give to my parents. I think that would give them healing too. Cade nodded. I think keeping that much is a good balance. It shows you accepted and are trying to make things right. And you may be right about the medical bills. I need to call my parents first, so I might be late before I call. Operators are standing by. Did you check to see how Craig's doing? I shook my head and opened Instagram. Craig is home and recovering. Thanks for your prayers. I showed Cade the message. Call me soon. Cade stepped back from the window, breaking the not quite connection we had. Goodbye. I ended the call and waved. End of chapter. No questions.